Hey guys, it's Selma and today we're doing another inspirational video. I've got my next guest here, and let's get started. Turn it around. Alright. Let's go ahead and start off with your name.
Michael Hancock.
And do I have permission to video you?
Yes.
Alright. You know why I'm interviewing you, and you know why I'm doing the video, so can you describe the illness that came your way when you were in your 20s?
When I was 25, I started getting really sick. I was going to the bathroom constantly, losing a lot of weight. I'd been back and forth to my doctor several times just to be told I had bronchitis, had a respiratory infection, had this or had that. So it kept getting worse, and I worked at St. John's at the time in ER registration, and I wrote the ER doctor a note and told him what was going on. And they came up with the gurney and told me to get on. And I'm like, no, I need to go clock out first, you know, I'm on the clock. And they're like, no, you don't have time, we gotta go now. And this was after about 3 months of being sick. And so they automatically knew what it was. They knew it was diabetes. My blood sugar was 1,094. That's the best number they had come up with after diluting my urine like 5 or 6 times. So I was in the hospital then for 5 days, so I had to learn how to give myself shots, which I pretty much already knew most of that because my grandma that I took care of was diabetic, so I knew kind of how to give them shots and all that. It was just different doing it on myself. And so yeah, that was a medical misdiagnosis, was back and forth with my doctor. They just totally, they said I should have been dead. They said I should have been in a coma. I should have been blind. I should have had kidney failure, liver failure, and I had absolutely none of that. And I still don't have any of that 16 years later.
So after your diagnosis of diabetes, can you describe what happened in 2008?
Okay. 2008, I started getting sick in January. And started out, when I went to the doctor, he told me it was a kidney infection. And so I took my round of antibiotics, drinking my water and cranberry juice, and did not miss one single day of work. And started getting worse. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would be soaked. And fevers, outrageous fevers, night sweats, and went back to the doctor, told me again, it's a kidney infection. So another round of antibiotics. This went on from January to March. It happened to be Easter Sunday that year, and I was telling my aunt, who's a nurse, and I might add too, my legs were so painful I couldn't hardly walk, which they told me, they sent me for tests, and they said I had arthritis in my legs. Give me a minute and I'll tell you, it wasn't arthritis. But I finally checked myself into the emergency room at a different hospital, and they had me diagnosed probably within 2 hours with bacterial endocarditis, which is really rare, and it is a hard diagnosis to make. And so they pretty much stabilized me overnight and then took me by ambulance down to St. Vincent's in Indy. The leg pain was actually blood clots because my spleen was septic. My spleen was just, it was gone from trying to fight the infection that was in my heart. So they removed my spleen first so they could start fighting the infection. Then they were going to wait like a week to do my open heart surgery. But 2 days later I started turning green and I went into congestive heart failure. So they had no choice but to get in there and operate. So I have a mechanical aortic valve, several medications I have to take for that, Coumadin and Ramipril and other medications like that to keep things going. But I survived it. I mean, it's a miracle. They told me it was a miracle. They told me that I only had a 45% chance of surviving. And I mean, I never once thought, okay, this is the end, I'm dying. I was 32 years old, you know, and I would hate for my parents to leave at night because I never wanted to be alone. And until you actually go through something like that, you don't really know, but God was there the whole time. My grandma was there. Someone was there in that room with me, even when I was alone. It was just like a presence that I could sense. And I knew, I was going to be fine. As soon as I woke up, well, before I went into open heart surgery, I told them, as soon as I wake up, I want my feet on the floor. And they kept that promise. As soon as I woke up, they took the breathing tube out, and it took 4 of them, but they got me up. I was on my feet for probably 10 seconds, and then I was right back down on the bed, and they gave me a morphine shot, and I was back to sleep. So, yeah.
So what's one thing that, or things you have learned from your illness?
Don't ever quit fighting. You got to keep going. You got to pray. You got to lean on your family. You got to lean on your friends for support. I mean, you just don't give up. You got to keep fighting. I mean, if you go through something like that, you're not getting the right answers. You think your doctors are rushing you in and out. Go get a second opinion. Don't wait like I did. Don't wait. You have to be your own advocate when it comes to your health, So,
What is something you are the most grateful for after going through this?
my mom and God, obviously. I don't think I would have made it without the 2 of them. Their support. Everyone was pretty much telling me goodbye the morning of my open heart surgery. My mom didn't tell me goodbye. She said, "I'll see you when you wake up." So, I mean, she didn't give up on me where other people, oh, he's only got a 45% chance of surviving. We got to say our goodbyes now. No, she didn't do that, and she kept me. She made me fight. They said walk 25 feet, she made me walk 50. They said to walk 50 feet, she made me walk 100. They wanted me to walk 1 time around the wing, she made me walk 2 times around the wing. And then, I mean, she went to all my cardiac rehab appointments with me. I mean, even after I could start driving again, because I couldn't drive for like 2 months. It might have been 3 months. I couldn't drive because of the incision in my chest. And she's my #1 support system.
It's good to
And lots of prayers, lots of prayers.
Well, I appreciate you doing this video for me and taking the time out. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to come over here and do an interview.
You're very welcome.
So, all right, well, this is Selma Cash and Michael Hancock saying
Thank you.
goodbye.
Bye.